Hey there, in this video I'll talk about how the React Router action and loader works. This is probably one of the important things you must know about React Router. This is exactly the same as Remix, but understanding this part of the implementation will help you a lot when you are dealing with saving data into database, interacting with the backend, debugging and stuff like that. This is very important to know. So every Shopify route, the routes that we talked in the previous video, must have an loader and also an action. Action is not required, but you should have this because it should return something. Okay, if it doesn't have, Shopify might give you an error. Shopify, not the React Router, will give you an error, but you can see the loader is important in here. What does the loader do? This too, it should be exactly like this. Okay, it should have you should export a loader and also export an action. The loader is going to be executed as soon as the page loads. So if someone visit a URL, this is what happened. In the admin, in the backend, this is where it's run. In here, you can send a request, like a GraphQL request to the Shopify, grab some data, and then return those data. When you return those data, that data will be available in the front end. That's all you need to do. Okay, the loader will do that. The action will react to some action that the user will take. For example, a user click a button, action will respond to that. A user is submitting a form, action will respond to that. This is how React Router and the loader will work. This is the basic, and it is like the simplest way to explain how loader and action works. The loader will execute by default on every visit, but the action will only be executed when user interact or submit a form or click a button or stuff like that. This is how it works. So for example, if you have a Shopify app, the first thing that you do is get data from meta object, which we discuss in the next videos, and then you pass to front end. I don't know what happened for rendering. AI is also not auto completing my typing here. This is where you do that. Okay, the loader, and in here for the action, you are going to listen for any request that come from the storefront, and then you can respond to that. Now Shopify has a few example in the app that we have. This is the app that we ran in the previous video. If I open my app dashboard, let's open here, there is a button called generate product. What happens when you click on this? What Shopify basically does is, let me open my product page. If I am not mistaken, it is going to generate some product. For now, orange is on top and green, and this is green. What Shopify does is, behind the scene, if you click on this, it is going to create a product using Shopify mutation. You can see it is going to use the product create mutation, and it's going to create that using GraphQL. This is the information. A yellow product. You see this is orange. If I refresh this, the yellow product should be generated on top. That is the product. And what happened, like the page is not refreshed. I can go to edit product and it open this model, and this is the product that I can start editing, generate some description for this using AI, stuff like that. How cool is this? What is Shopify doing in here? You can see like Shopify is exactly opening that product editor directly in here. This is using the Shopify intent. Okay, that is another cool thing about Shopify integration with when you are building the app with Remix. You can see how easily I can open a product, edit this. Once I close it, I am back to the same app without leaving the app page. You will learn more about this Shopify intent and how it works, but for now, let's look at how the code works behind the scene. If I go back to my code editor, this is the index page. This is where I have it. Now if I scroll down, these ones, let's just close this for now. The action, we are not going to do anything in here. If I scroll down of this section where I have a button, what is this button doing? There is a button called edit product. There is a button called generate product. This is the exact button that I clicked. What happened when you click on this? It is using this web components called button. Whenever I click on this, it is going to call a function in here. And if I check this function at the top, all it does is it is going to use the fetcher to submit a request. That is all it does. Okay, now what is fetcher? Feature is one of the feature of React router, and this is how you can use it to submit a request to the server, or you can submit a form to the server. Now I will talk more about feature in a detailed explanation in the next video, but for now all you have to do is just understand how the action will work and how the feature is going to be useful. I will use AI to show you how you can find out more explanation about this one, but all you have to know is feature is a great way to interact with a form, send data to the server, submitting a form without refreshing the page, without all those interaction. It is like the fetch request that you have, like an Ajax request, but it has like a few examples that you can use. You can either use submit, or you can use the form, which in this example they have used the submit version and they are submitting a form. Both of them works, but in the next video I will show you how you can use it more with some more example. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.